Welcome back to Local Garden Queens. The summer solstice was a few days ago. The temperatures have been in the 80s every day, and some days they even went above 90. So the summer heat is here. Let me show you how the garden is doing. You can see the comfrey plant, or you can't see the comfrey plant. I chopped and dropped it into the currant, underneath the currant bush a few days ago, and already there's new leaves coming up. This bed here with the carrots in the middle, I had thinned them, you can see here, and what's exposed are the pepper plants. There's one there, one here, one here. So I noticed the pepper plants aren't doing really well in this bed. Also the dill is having trouble, except for this one. This one plant is actually looking pretty good. This is the best looking dill plant out of all in this bed. Cilantro in bloom, and radish. The radish flowers, which are white, have mostly turned to seed pods. You can see they're fat little seed pods compared to bok choy seed pods, which are kind of skinny. And these are pretty hard, and they're starting to turn color, drying, and the seeds are going to be ready soon. The bed in the back, plenty of seed pods, and this one looks like it's going to be done probably in a few days, but I'll probably pick it sometime next week. I let them just dry out completely. And of course the radish seed pods. You can actually eat these. They do have a mild radish taste to it, and they're a little spicy also. So nothing really going on in this bed except for I had a little tomato seedling that I planted. They weren't any true leaves yet. It was only the initial leaves when the seedling sprouts, and now you can see there's some true leaves coming up. Excuse me for the mess. I left this so that I can just keep track the cup that the baby tomato was in. I just left this so I can keep track of the name of the tomato. So the plan here is I'm probably not going to open this up because the squirrels will get to the tomatoes any chance they get. So what I'll do instead, or what I'll try to do instead, is I'll probably tie the ends of the tomato bush to something heavy so it could weigh it down. This way it'll try to grow up and it'll just be weighed down, and I'll just keep repeating, and it's going to be a whole tomato bush mess inside of here, but hopefully I can get some tomatoes out of that. Next to this bed is the beautiful sprouting or flowering carrot plant. Very beautiful flowers. I love these, and they smell great too, with plenty of pollinators on them. Take a look. A ladybug here, and other insects. So right below the carrots, there's a basil here and here. This one is definitely doing better than the one next to it. I think is because the carrots are taking a lot of sunlight from this basil. And I also planted 2 purple basils here in the back. Sugar snaps that were planted late are I think they're done with their flowering stage, and they're making little peas. We'll see how that goes, because I think it's been a little too hot for them. So these peas, they don't feel like they normally do. They feel kind of dried out, even though I've been watering the plants appropriately. And cucumber. Cucumber plant is beginning to climb. It's getting much bigger now. In the middle here is the yellow squash with some cantaloupe seedlings coming up here in the back also. We'll see what happens with those seedlings. I'm expecting them to go crazy. Again, as I mentioned in previous videos, I don't know if I'll have room for them, but what's the worst that can happen? If there's no room, I could always just pull them out. And as you see, there's a nice trellis for the cucumbers. So the plan is for this cucumber to climb up And also this cucumber here, you can see it with its yellow flower, is going to climb up in the other direction. So this trellis should be covered in cucumber vines. This next bed over, so I opened it up. I opened it up yesterday. I'm hoping I won't have any squirrel trouble. So basically this lid, it was covering this whole bed, and I just kind of rotated it because I can still cover the front of the bed. The reason I did this is because this zucchini is going nuts. It is way too big for this enclosure. I knew that from the beginning. I knew it was going to be too big. So my plan is I'm going to try to run the zucchini up this pole, up this bamboo pole, and I'll try to trellis it up. Never did it before, but I'll give it a try. So there's two zucchini plants here. Here's one with the flowers and the other with the flowers. You could see the zucchini stem. So previously it was facing the other direction. It was facing this way, and I literally just turned it 180 degrees. I don't know if I damaged any roots, but the plant looks very healthy. I don't see any slowdown in the growth, so I think it was successful. In the front here, we have jalapeno peppers. There's 3 plants, and here is the purple basil. So behind the zucchini, I already showed you the cucumber climbing up. We have the green onion that overwintered, and the sugar snaps that are looking like they're done. I left them. I'm gonna leave them alone because we picked all the sugar snaps, and it looks like they're trying to have another flush. So if I can get a second harvest, I will definitely take that. But again, as I said, the summer's here and the temperatures have been very warm, so I think they're taking a hit. They don't like these very warm temperatures. The herb area here with the oregano flowering, you can see, and the fennel flowering also. Beautiful flowers. And right behind the flowers is the currant bush. So something came in, I'll blame it on the squirrels, and took off most of the currants. Have a look. There used to be a whole rack, I guess, of currants. Not anymore. There's some left, but they're not ripe yet. There was more this morning, but I guess they're all gone now. Oh, actually, let me see. There it is. Here's a nice branch. A little bit of currants are left. Let's take a look. They're turning. They're supposed to be completely black when they're ripe. I've tried 1 or 2 of them that were this color, and they did not taste very good, like a bitter, sour, bitter flavor. Maybe that's why it's still on the bush. Nothing has picked them. So that's the garden tour for today. Again, summer's here. Temperatures are warm. The summer plants are loving this. The spring plants, not so much. And I'm planning to start seeing my first zucchini and first yellow squash soon, and possibly cucumber as well. The tomato, not ready yet, but I'll give it some time. So as always, like, share, subscribe, leave comments, and I'll see you guys in the next update.